Welcome to Ourdou Aamozish. Ourdou Aamozish mein khush aamdeed. Today, we will be covering the verb to be able to. आज हम एक नज़र डालेंगे सकना पर मतलब जिस चीज़ के कोई शख्स काबिल है. आइए, let's go. C'est parti. Object pronouns. Zama'ir maf'ul or maf'uli zama'ir. The objective/accusative case has distinct pronouns in many languages, including English and multiple in French, the direct and indirect object pronouns. They are me, mujhe, you informal, tumhe, him, her, or it, informal, isse, usse, and for standard, inhe, unhe. Us, and also the formal I, hame. You standard, aapko. Them, inhe, unhe. So just a reminder that for third persons, when it's isse or inhe, that means they are nearby or present. But, even if they're not exactly completely present, they should be nearby. And unhe and usse are for either absent or people who are a little bit further away. And here, aapko is an exception. You'll learn how this works when we do the oblique case, because aapko it's a directional. It adds a postposition that's directional, but we'll do that later. To like or to prefer, pasand karna, farmana, hona, ana. So this is a bit of a complicated verb because the noun is used with four different simple verbs to have different nuances. So I like tea. Mujhe chai pasand hai. So when you're using pasand hona, you have to use the object pronoun. Are you liking the clothes? Aapko kapde pasand aa rahe hain? So this is kind of like, are you coming to like the clothes? Pasand aana is used in that sense, as in if you didn't like something previously and you're coming to like it now, it's sort of used in that scenario. And again, in this situation, you have to use the object pronouns. We like tea in the evening. Hame shaam mein chai pasand hai. So that uses the object pronoun, and that's more of like a statement. Next, hum shaam mein chai pasand karte hain. This is more of like a preference, like hame shaam mein chai pasand hai is just a general statement, and hum shaam mein chai pasand karte, it's like we prefer tea in the evening rather than like we like tea in the evening as just a statement. And you can see the difference where for pasand hona, you had to use the object pronoun, while for pasand karna, you did not need to use you don't need the object pronouns. Use the regular personal pronouns. He likes new cars. उन्हें नई गाड़ियाँ पसंद हैं और वो नई गाड़ियाँ पसंद करते हैं. Here there's also a nuance like in the one before it. So first one, उन्हें नई गाड़ियाँ पसंद हैं, is just a general statement. He likes new cars. वो नई गाड़ियाँ पसंद करते हैं, that means he prefers new cars. So meaning the first one means he just generally likes them, and the second one means he likes them or prefers them in the sense that's what he would buy. So you could think of it like that. Now for the last one. मुझे अपने बटुए के बगैर कहीं जाना पसंद नहीं है और मैं अपने बटुए के बगैर कहीं जाना पसंद नहीं करता हूँ. So here for the first example, apna, we haven't covered that yet, but that reinforces possession. So mujhe apne bachwe is your wallet. Bachwa is wallet, and bachwe changes with the based on the case. And then baghair is without, and kahin is like anywhere. And then jana is of course to go, and pasand is to like, and nahi is not. And then for the second form, it's same thing. The only difference is it's using karta. And in the second form, who is optional only because it's negative. So here you can sort of pick up the differences, like in between a general statement and then a preference. So as I mentioned at the bottom, who and other to-be forms, such as in the last example, and for other compound verbs, can be dropped in certain instances, and they're principally employed in negative forms and are reserved for colloquial speech. I mean, I've said this, but sometimes even in formal situations, when it's in negative form, the last thing is dropped. But in general, in formal situations, it's not dropped. But I just said it's optional because it is commonly dropped. Apna, apni, apne indicate possession. They're like one's own. So you can use this with any of the object pronouns. Like, unhe apni gaadi pasand hai. They like their car. It's kind of like they like their own car. It's that would be like a rough translation. And so those indicate possession, one's own, and they reinforce something is of the subject. Compound verbs, af'al markab. So here are 5 additional compound verbs that are utilizing to do or karna. So to exercise or to do exercise is warzish karna. So it's in English, you have options of using, and in French, of using the single verb, which is to exercise, or you can say to do exercise, and it's the same in French. You can say exercer or faire de l'exercice. There are like 2 options. In Urdu, the only one is the compound verb one, so that's warzish karna. If you know Farsi, in Farsi it's for to do exercise or to do sport, it's a similar verb. To labor or to toil or to work hard is mehnat karna. So this is usually used not just for general working, but for like sort of very labor intensive work. So as I said, to labor, to toil, or you can use it when you're saying someone is working hard. Then, so that's mehnat karna. So then to clean or to neaten is saf karna. To translate is tarjuma karna. And to practice is mashq karna. Here are some examples. Chand misal. I'm exercising at home, or I'm doing exercise at home. मैं घर पर वर्जिश कर रहा हूँ. And this is for the masculine. They work hard every morning, or they do hard work every morning. वो हर सुबह सख्त मेहनत करते हैं. So subah is by itself usually pronounced as sub, but then an alternative pronunciation is subah. And in a sentence like this, I think subah would be more a better pronunciation, but in other contexts, sub is a better pronunciation, so it kind of depends. We tidy the room every week. हम हर हफ्ते कमरा साफ करते हैं. I am currently translating a verb. मैं इस वक्त एक लफ्ज़ का तर्जुमा कर रहा हूँ. So, as you know, इस वक्त would literally mean this time or at this time or this moment. So that means currently. He practices in Urdu daily. वो रोज़ाना उर्दू में मश्क करते हैं. To be able to or can. Sakna. So I'm not sure if you know, but can and may are both modal verbs. So that's why they're what are called defective verbs, as in they don't have an infinitive. But sakna is normally used in the indefinite tenses, and it's also a modal verb in Urdu, but it does have an infinitive. The stem of another verb must be placed before sakna. So like kar sakna is to be able to do, or reh sakna is to be able to stay. So to be capable, there are a lot, but I'll say some of the ones that are most commonly used, like qabil hona or salahiyat hona, to like keep capabilities. Salahiyat rakhna, that means more like they have capability, and amongst others they will be studied later. So examples we will go over include to be able to or can do, which is kar sakna, and also sakna with other simple verbs. May can also be like permit or permettre in Urdu, like in French, like when you're for seeking permission. Usually you can use sakna like in French, like you can say, can I use the bathroom instead of may I use the bathroom, like in French, because in Urdu and French there isn't a distinction. But when you're like sort of more formally seeking permission, as in may, you would use permettre in French, and the Urdu verb we'll cover later. We'll do that with the command form or the imperative, but just like for now you could say ijazat dijiye. I think we covered this previously, but that means like give me permission, sort of in a respectful, or as a request in a respectful way. So here are the examples for today. I can use this daily. मैं इसे और ये रोज़ाना इस्तेमाल कर सकता हूँ. Can he translate this? वो इसका तर्जुमा कर सकते हैं. You may or / can go or leave. आप जा सकते हैं. May or can we come / enter. So we haven't really went over the verbs or leave or to enter, but it's used in that sense. So हम आ सकते हैं. This is the question. So you noticed my voice kind of rising at the end. I can't live here. मैं यहाँ नहीं रह सकता. And who. So because this is a negative sentence, the who is optional. And who is very rare, like the to be at the end is rarely optional. It's almost only optional when you're in the indefinite present tense and when it's with the negative. So the last one is, we can keep the documents with us. हम दस्तावेज़ात अपने पास रख सकते हैं. You also know the word for paper. Paper is kagas and the plural is kagazat. So document is dastaवेज़ and the plural is dastaवेज़ात. Time for practice / exercise. Mashq or tamreen. So complete the practice exercise using object pronouns, the verb to like / prefer, new compound verbs, and the verb to be able to, can, and may. So use the following verbs. For 1, pasand hona. For 2, pasandana. For 3, pasand hona. For 4, pasand karna. And for 5, saaf hona. For 6 through 10, just use the standard verbs that you already know. You would use the noun / the verb plus the light verb, and then you end with hona. And some new words or phrases that you need to know. So things are cheese. This cheese is a thing. Cheese is one of the plurals. We'll go over the plural form in a future video. It's kind of complicated, but in this situation, the plural is cheese. Watches is garnia. Floor is farsh, and an alternative pronunciation is farash. Sort is tarah, but the H, in another pronunciation, it sort of becomes nasalized, so tarah, but tarah is the correct way. Every day is har roz. All the time is har waqt. Har means every, and automatically is khud ba khud. That kind of literally means like by itself, or one does something by itself. So take a moment to complete this. And you may put your responses in the comments below if you would like me to check them or something like that. Exemplary responses. Misali jawabat. We like new things more. हमें नई चीज़ें ज़्यादा पसंद हैं. Are you liking the tea? आपको चाय पसंद आ रही है? He likes all sorts of watches. उन्हें हर तरह की घड़ियाँ पसंद हैं. So I just made a mistake. Ghadiya is watches and Gardia are cars. So you need to be kind of careful here. Ghadiya, there's no long vowel, and Gardia has a long vowel. Okay, next. I don't like such. Prefer not to go out in bad weather. मैं खराब मौसम में बाहर जाना पसंद नहीं करता हूँ. Who is optional. The floor is clean. फर्श साफ है. 6. He works hard every day. वो हर रोज सख्त मेहनत करते हैं. I want to practice in Urdu all the time. मैं हर वक्त उर्दू में मशक करना चाहता हूँ. And then, do you exercise daily? आप रोज़ाना वर्जिश करते हैं? Can you put the water on the table? आप मेज़ पर पानी रख सकते हैं? This can translate into French automatically. ये खुद ब खुद फ्रांसीसी ज़बान में तर्जुमा कर सकता है. In Urdu, it's more typical to say like French language, फ्रांसीसी ज़बान, or Italwi ज़बान, which means Italian language, rather than just Francesi French. It's kind of vague, so you have to, in Urdu, it's better to specify by saying language or Francesi lobe, that means French people. Today we covered object pronouns, zamir maf'ul, to like / to prefer, pasand karna, farmana, hona, ana, compound verbs, af'al marhab, specifically using to do, karna, to be able to, can, may, sakna, which is a modal verb, fe'l mu'awwan, and practice, exercise, mash, tamreen, and may and like permission, like all of that will cover in future videos. I hope you all liked this video. Please leave a comment down below if you need any help or any additional practice or something like that. Please like, share, subscribe, and of course, as I just mentioned, comment down below. Everyone take care. Apna ख्याल रखिएगा. See you next time. फिर मिलते हैं. खुदा हाफिज and au revoir.